Most people spend their entire lives believing a lie so dangerous, so insidious, that by the time they finally realize it, it's already too late. You were told study hard, get good grades, land a stable job, save a little each month, invest patiently, and maybe, just maybe, by the time you're 60 or 70, you'll finally taste freedom. Sounds safe, right? Responsible, smart even. But here's the truth no one tells you. That path wasn't designed to make you wealthy. It was designed to make you obedient, average, stuck, forever. The Millionaire Fastlane by M.J. DeMarco shatters this illusion. It exposes a truth so uncomfortable, so radical, that it changes the way you think about money, work, and life itself. Wealth isn't created by time, it isn't created by patience, and it certainly isn't created by mindlessly following the rules society hands you. Wealth is created by leverage, systems, and speed. The faster you understand this, the faster your entire life transforms. Let's start with the slow lane. This is the path society wants you on. It sounds safe, it sounds responsible. You trade your time for money. You rely on a paycheck. You save a little, invest a little, and hope that decades of discipline will one day reward you.
But here's the brutal reality. The slow lane is extremely risky. One layoff, one illness, one economic crash, and suddenly everything you thought was secure vanishes. The worst part? You don't just risk your money, you risk your time. Every hour you spend chained to a job is an hour of life you'll never get back. And all the while, you wake up to alarms, live for weekends, and slowly accept stress, mediocrity, and postponed dreams as normal. This isn't freedom. This isn't wealth. It's delayed living. Then comes the fast lane, and this is where everything flips. The fast lane isn't gambling. It's not a shortcut. It's not a get-rich-quick scheme. The fast lane is about building systems that generate money without trading your hours for it. Think about it. Business, scalable products, digital assets, online platforms, automation. These are fast lane vehicles. The key is leverage. When you create value for thousands or even millions of people, money stops being tied to your time. One sale doesn't depend on 1 hour of work. One system multiplies your efforts across time, space, and scale. This single idea, income disconnected from time, is what separates the wealthy from everyone else.
Here's one of the most powerful, uncomfortable truths in the book. Getting rich slowly isn't noble, it's dangerous. Time is your most valuable asset. Every day you trade it for a paycheck is a day you can never reclaim. And the slow lane asks you to do this for decades in exchange for a maybe. Maybe you'll be wealthy at 60. Maybe you'll finally be free. But what if life doesn't wait? What if life happens before you reach that distant finish line? The fast lane flips this. It forces you to ask the right questions. How can I create value at scale? How can I build systems that work for me? How can I multiply my impact instead of multiplying my hours? Another myth the book destroys is the idea that passion alone creates success. Passion without value is useless. The market doesn't reward what you love, it rewards what solves problems. Millionaires don't chase dreams, they chase unmet needs. They look for pain points, inefficiencies, frustrations, and then they build solutions. Here's the key. Focus on serving others at scale. When you solve problems for thousands or millions of people, money follows naturally. Wealth isn't luck, it's cause and effect. It's predictable if you understand the rules. Most people secretly want wealth without responsibility. They want results without risk, success without discomfort. But the fast lane demands ownership.
When something fails, you don't blame the economy, your boss, or your circumstances. You adapt, you learn, you improve. And this responsibility is exactly what gives you control and power. Remember this: if your income stops when you stop working, you don't own a business, you own a job. True fast lane systems earn while you sleep, travel, or rest. They scale, they compound, they multiply your efforts.
Another shift the book forces you to make is this: wealth isn't about consumption. Luxury cars, designer watches, status symbols. These aren't wealth, they're expenses. True wealth is freedom. Freedom of time, freedom of choice, freedom to say no. The irony? People chasing appearances stay poor. People quietly building systems in the background quietly win. The fast lane also exposes another killer truth: comfort kills. A stable paycheck feels safe, but it kills urgency. It postpones action. It whispers, "one day." Fast lane thinkers ignore the comfort trap. They test fast, move fast, fail fast, and learn faster. Speed is their feedback, action is their currency, and this momentum is the engine of wealth. What makes the Millionaire Fastlane so powerful is that it doesn't sell fantasy. It doesn't promise overnight millions. It promises control. Control over your income, your time, and your life. It teaches that wealth is a skill, and like any skill, it can be learned if you're willing to think differently, act differently, and take ownership. At the end of the day, the Millionaire Fastlane forces you to confront a hard question. Are you building a life or just surviving one? Are you trading hours for dollars or creating value that multiplies? One path leads to regret, the other leads to freedom. Once you see the difference, you can never unsee it. So here's your choice. Keep following the herd, living a life of delayed dreams and invisible chains, or take the fast lane and start building real wealth, real freedom, and real impact. Because in the fast lane, you don't just earn money, you reclaim your life.